There may come a time when you will decide that it is best for you to drop a course, withdraw from a course, change the grading basis of a course, or withdraw from the entire quarter. The easiest way to figure out how to achieve any of those goals is probably to check your advisor's weekly advising emails. There will be links and explanations for the process. If for some reason you no longer have that email or you've overlooked it, you can also come to the Student Affairs website at student.engr.ucr.edu. Typically, drops, which means that there's no record of a W on your course, can only happen via our web within the first 2 weeks of the quarter. If you need to disenroll from a course after that time, it is usually called a withdrawal. Changing the grading basis of a course means that you are no longer going to use the letter grade, or you have already changed from the letter grade to the satisfactory no credit designation, and you want to go back to the letter grade. Again, there's a specific process and a specific deadline to do that. Drops, withdrawals, changing the grading basis of a course are called enrollment adjustments. That is the registrar's definition of what it means to do those things. And in a few moments, I'll show you how to access the registrar's definitions about those things. But first, let's look at the Bcoe policies. So if you need to change the grading basis of a course, you can scroll here and it will take you to the SNC policy for Bcoe advising. Now, the typical policy for SNCs is that you can only change the grading basis of up to 8 units of your humanities and social sciences breadth courses that are not required for the major. See your advisor now if you want very specific information about that. Things are a little different at this point, specifically for fall 2020 and winter 2021 only, but the directions are pretty much the same. And that's what we're really focusing on here. See the video about extended deadlines to understand some things that have changed. So what you really want to do here is follow the directions, follow these instructions to change the grading basis of a course. I recommend that you talk to your advisor about it and really understand what it means to change the grading basis of a course. And typically you will submit that request by Friday of week 8 at 11:45 a.m. If you need to contact your advisor to get more information about that, you can send an email here. You can see drop-in availability here, or you can go straight to the registrar's form. If you go to the registrar's website, you'll get more information about their process and their understanding of what it means to make an enrollment adjustment. So if you, again, as I said, if you need to make a change within the first 2 weeks of the quarter, you'll use our web. Beginning week 3, there is a different process, and you will need to use an online enrollment adjustment form beginning that Friday of week 2. And after that, there is a fee for processing an enrollment adjustment form. If you're doing this in the summer, it's a different process, and you should go here for that process. Here's some information about the form itself with some directions about the things that you can do. In some cases, you may need to obtain a signature. In most cases, you do not. A dean will never sign a form on your behalf. Always see your academic advisor. They have the authority to sign on behalf of the dean. Once you submit your form, you should have a series of emails that will come from my forms as well as the registrar's office to let you know the status of the form. So there's no need to call your advisor and say, when is this going to happen? You'll get email that'll start to let you know what's going to happen. If you are interested in withdrawing from a course or withdrawing from the university, again, you can start with the Student Affairs website, Processes and Policies, and click Withdraw. This will explain to you what it means to withdraw or withdraw typically a course and what you have to do. This will tell you what it means to withdraw from an entire quarter. That means that that you will receive W's for the quarter. Now, we're in a different kind of situation at this moment. So the idea of W's on the record is not something you really need to be concerned about right now. There's some special information here. And then once you're ready to do, you can again go back to the registrar's website and you can see what the registrar has to say about withdrawing from an individual course, or in this case, withdrawing from the university. So if classes haven't started yet and you're enrolled, it's not a withdrawal, it's a cancellation. So you just need to send an email to let us know, or US mail, to let us know you're doing that. That's called a cancellation. If you want to withdraw from an individual class, that's the process, and then the link to the Enrollment Adjustment Form. If you need to withdraw from the university, so that means all your courses, an Enrollment Adjustment Form will not allow you to enroll or disenroll from all your courses at one point. Once you decide to once you make the decision to disenroll from all of your classes, it is now a university withdrawal. You can go here for the application to withdraw. This is an explanation of, can you drop all your classes in RWeb, which I just explained, that is not allowed. And there are some considerations. So if you decide that you want to drop a course and it puts you below 12 units, or you decide to withdraw from all of your courses, there could be some considerations with financial aid if you're receiving it, with university insurance if you're using it, or if you're living in the registration in the residence halls. So you need to contact people before you start to make that decision. And then depending on when you withdraw, you may be eligible for some refunds, but the likelihood is that if you wait beyond week 2, that you probably won't get any information back. Some students like, well, I want to withdraw or I want to cancel, but I want to come back again. And they said, well, can I take a leave of absence? Technically, you do not need to take a leave of absence or a PELP or any of that sort. If you are in good standing, you can return to the university within 3 quarters without having to submit any kind of paperwork. If you extend beyond that, then we just need a readmission application. If you're not in good standing, you'll need to meet readmission criteria. If you are not going to use any campus services, you do not need to have a formal leave. The only time you really need a formal leave is if you're still trying to use university insurance or other kinds of university resources. So typically you do not need a form of formal leave. And then once you decide you want to come back, you only need to apply for readmission if you formally withdrew and it's been more than 3 or more quarters, or if you're not in good standing. And so you will have to file an application for readmission. These are application deadlines. It's best for you to contact BCOE advising directly if you want to readmit, because we have a different readmission process and some very specific instructions for that. So you may want to come back to processes and policies and look at the readmission process if that's something you decide to do as well. So enrollment adjustments are very specific processes. You might want to read both the BCOE policies about changing the grading basis, as well as the registrar's policy. So they're both there. As always, if you still have questions, the best thing to do is to contact your academic advisor, which you can find at the Engineering Student Affairs website under People, and see availability so that you can schedule or drop in, or you can see the non-drop-in times. So you can send email to ask your question or send email to schedule an appointment. Okay, so if you have additional questions, see your advisor. Hope that was helpful for you. Take care. Have a great day.